Welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. So I was planning on having a good long conversation with everyone on board last time, but the clock kept ticking, so I guess we'll do it now. We had a chat with Visas, and it turns out she's not only blind, as all Mira Luca are, but she's the only Mira Luca left from her planet, and maybe in the galaxy. I don't think so, but she's no longer among her own. And she is sort of also, I think, blind to the Force for, well, in some respects. And her Sith Master, I think, has turned her to the dark side. But I feel very strongly that she is not a dark person. So hopefully she and I can have some nice conversations. But for now, let's take a quick chat with BioWare.
Yes, General?
And he's got nothing to talk about unless he's got some shields for us.
Sorry, General, I'm flat out. I'll see if I can make some more when I get a chance. Something else I can help you with?
Nope. Nothing. Hey, HK.
Statement. Master, I must express some degree of concern. As I have studied your actions, looking for potential vulnerabilities to exploit, I have found several.
Oh?
Statement. You seem disposed to helping others, not harming them, as I have come to expect and anticipate from organic meatbags across the galaxy.
How would you even know if your memory is ruined? Well, if you must know, I feel that mercy and charity are not weaknesses.
Statement. Oh, Master, please, of course they are. Any time you inconvenience or jeopardize yourself for another, it is a vulnerability. In any event, I feel compelled to point out that your self-destructive path of pacifism and sacrifice will only lead to your doom. That may be a trifle melodramatic, but frankly, it is something that all Jedi should hear. And I have been rehearsing the speech for some time.
Really? Did you, by any chance, spend a bit too much time with Kreia? Or close to her? So why are you studying me for vulnerabilities?
Statement. Master, it is nothing personal, but professional pride dictates that I keep a running tally on any potential weaknesses in my masters. And, of course, the weaknesses of any other sentient meatbags, droids, or other targets who are in service to my master.
Right. That still doesn't answer my question.
Hypothetical. Master, it is entirely possible that one day you may no longer be my master, and that my new master might get jealous of our prior relationship. It has happened before. As a result, I have a responsibility to know your weaknesses should I be required to assassinate you.
Nice. Well, anyway, you don't have to call me master.
Statement. Oh, I am aware of that, Master. I simply use it to give you the illusion of control and obedience. Humans often need such comforts until the end comes.
I had some other things I was wondering about.
Statement. Ah, you wish to conduct an interrogation? Very well, proceed.
Interrogation?
Statement. Oh, yes, Master. Pain is really the only reliable means by which truth may be obtained. Or so I choose to believe.
You choose to believe. You're a special droid, are you not? Well, it's not an interrogation. I just want to ask you some questions.
Statement. Very well, Master. But if you wish to be brutal and vicious about it, know that I am trained for such things. Do your worst.
Wow, you're funny. Well, see, the thing is, when I ask you questions, I mean I will ask questions without torturing you.
Statement. Master, I am no behavior droid, but it is obvious to me that you have serious ethical problems that will need to be treated at some point. Very well. Ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back.
So, I found the Navi computer tampered with. Any idea why it's locked?
Query. Indeed, I was unaware that the Navi computer was locked.
I guess T3's been in his brain. Well, yes, it's voice printed.
Statement. Yes, I heard it was voice printed. Most curious.
But you can mimic languages, right? Can you unlock it?
Statement. I suppose so, Master, but I would need to know who voice locked it, and regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class.
Right, okay. So, I need to ask you something else?
Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
Yeah, and so are you, HK. How come you were scattered all over the galaxy?
Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced to my component parts, I suspect pieces of me were sold across the galaxy. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owners hesitant to part with them.
Yes, it was something of a pain, yeah.
Statement. That is indeed unfortunate, Master. It is merely another thing my attacker will answer for. I would be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. I do not wish to repeat the experience.
I can't imagine. So, I am not done with questions.
Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
I wanted to talk about the other HK units.
Statement. Yes. Them. Very well. What did you wish to know?
Do you know where these clones are being created?
Answer. Master, I do not know. I have tried in vain to find it, but so far the location of the factory churning out these copies has eluded me.
But how did this happen?
Statement. I have no idea, Master.
You have no idea? That's pretty interesting. So, what was that? It sounded like a malfunction?
Statement. Oh no, Master, surely you are mistaken. I would never malfunction in such a way on purpose.
On purpose? So you lied to me? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Well, never mind. Can you tell me who your previous master was?
Answer. Master, ironically enough, I seem to have developed a sudden bout of memory loss. I shall struggle to recall an answer to your question, but for now, it is sadly beyond my capabilities. Consolation. Besides, you are a fine master. Do not be worried about being rendered insignificant if I were to inadvertently compare to some silly old master I once possessed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. Yeah. Alright. I guess I'll talk to you later. You're impossible. And, lost some influence with him. I guess I'm too nice. Yeah, that's the problem, being too nice. Hey, T3? Let's see. don't think I can do much with him. I haven't upgraded my repair skill. So, what to do? Don't think I can do. Well, let's see if you can make me a programming spike. Okay. So we got a lot of spikes. Maybe we should have a chat with the disciple.
There is something I have observed, and now I feel I must say it. I have found your presence to be inspiring. With your growth in the Force, you seem to have found your center, and throughout the dangers we face, you remain calm and focused.
Yes, you're right. I have never felt better.
I understand now why others followed you to war. Perhaps that is what leadership is, and it is something I have seen in only a few during my travels. In any event, it has been some time since I traveled with a Jedi, nor one so firmly upon the path. I wanted to thank you. I fear the stories that were spoken of you have misrepresented you, and if I have the opportunity, I shall reverse them whenever they arise.
Oh, thank you for your kind words, but that's not necessary.
Very well. Then I shall keep my favorable opinions to myself.
I had some questions for you.
That is hardly surprising. What do you wish to know?
Listen, I'll just say it. You look familiar to me.
You are correct. I am afraid I have not been entirely open with you concerning my past. If I look familiar, it is because we have met before, at the Enclave on Dantooine, many years ago. As on Coruscant, Force-sensitive children are taken to Dantooine as well, though it is done rarely and only with those they believe are destined to become Jedi Knights. It is the secret nature of the place. If you are not chosen by a master when you have come of age, however, then the path of the Jedi is denied to you. I met you on Dantooine, long ago, briefly. You taught us the ways of combat, how to hear music within the movements of a lightsaber blade. It is difficult to explain the difference between you and Master Vrook, but I think it is because he was knowledgeable, but not a leader, not a mentor. You were different. We could all feel it. And I knew that if I were to have a master, I would want it to be you. And then you went to war. Many Jedi went to war, and the Jedi Masters proclaimed that you were Jedi no longer. Atris, the mistress of the Archives, was first among them. I knew at that moment that if you would no longer be a Jedi, then you must be correct. I realized I did not want to be a Jedi. Instead, I wished to follow your path, and in any event, there was no one to train me, even if I wished it. They all went to war, as I grew past the age of acceptance.
Oh wow, that's a lot of information at once. And also now I feel guilty for making you decide something due to my actions. But the Force, the path of the Jedi, you couldn't have abandoned it just because of me?
It is possible to forget the Force, you know.
Oh, I know.
If you have not felt it strongly enough, then there is little to miss. But I never felt the Force as strongly as I did when I was with you. And so I decided to serve the Republic, study the Jedi teachings, gather them perhaps. It was important to me to understand the Jedi now that they were gone. I felt some part of you should be preserved, so that your lessons would not be lost.
But I'm sorry that my leaving for war had such consequences on your future. I truly am.
Perhaps. I still harbor doubts about the path I walked.
Okay, I guess we'll talk more later?
Forgive me, but there is something I must ask. In my study of the Jedi histories and the more contemporary records, I have heard tales of a Jedi who was exiled. You are that Jedi. But the records are somewhat evasive on why this was done. I wanted to discuss why you chose to leave the Jedi Order and accept exile.
Well, I left to protect the innocents on the Outer Rim.
I see. And because you went to war, they cast you out?
Well, at first I thought that was the sole reason. Now I'm not so sure.
Do you have a record of this trial?
I do. T3's got it.
Perhaps I shall examine it when I get the chance. With your permission.
Of course, you're free to do so.
I appreciate your trust. Thank you.
Very well. I'll be going now. Okay. So he was a Padawan, perhaps, once. Now, let's go have a chat with someone I've been not looking forward to talking with. I have a feeling she's gonna yell at me.
You have befriended the seer.
Yes. If you mean Lisa's?
Her species does not see as we do. They perceive the galaxy through the Force, and it is how she found you. It is a rare gift squandered on her people. The Sith carry the battle to you, and you spare them. And as we travel, the empty places of this ship are filled. I hope your thoughts in this matter are clear. If you take her on as a servant, know that the Sith meet their end at the hands of their apprentices. It is not something I would wish to happen to you. This one you have saved has other masters. Though blind, she has ties to darkness. Her presence here is a threat to us, to you. Do not underestimate her or her loyalty.
Well, if she can see through the Force, maybe she can help us find allies?
Perhaps. I am not convinced.
Her entire planet was destroyed. She has no home left.
Ah, without a home, another exile.
Mm-hmm.
Her people are not prone to violence, war, or hatred, yet their planet is obliterated, scoured from the face of the galaxy, and all that remains is a Sith.
I'm not sure yet.
You are right to trust your instincts. Something is wrong. It is only a matter of discovering what and why. If your instincts lead you to an answer, seek me out. Perhaps we will discuss more.
Okay, we will talk later. Okay, so yeah, as I suspected, she's had some motherly advices for me. You know, the kind of mother that meets you in the door when you come home and you're late. Okay, Atten.
You know, I noticed a glow before, but now it's bright around you. You've come a long way since Paragus, and despite all we've been through, you seem a lot better for it.
Yeah. I feel as if I'm more in touch with the Force than I ever have been.
It shows. It's kind of inspiring, to be honest. Anyway, just wanted to mention it. I think the others have noticed it too.
So, would you mind some questions?
Alright, what did you want to know?
Can you teach me to play Berserk?
Alright, but I'm out of credits, so it's Republic Senate rules.
Right. I guess not now. We will talk later. I am sure of that. So, we've been through... Yeah, we've been talking to everyone. And we need to go to another planet. We got a lot to choose from, but I also wanted to see if I got something to upgrade, so I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I got a couple new crystals in my lightsaber, and also I realized I had another lightsaber, so I'll give that one to Lisa's, I guess. So now we decide which planet do we wanna. We've got Paragus, yeah, not Paragus. Telos, we've been to Telos. Look, here you can see very clearly how they are building on top of the atmosphere. That's nice. Nar Shaddaa, Onderon, Korriban. So where do we want to go? Korriban, perhaps? I think Nar Shaddaa. It's a city planet like Coruscant. Actually, I think it's a moon. It's the moon of Nar Shaddaa, which means glorious jewel in Huttese. So it's the home of the Hutts.
My life for yours.
How do you see through the Force?
If you wish to know, perhaps it is possible to show another what my people see. What I see. First you must close your eyes. The surface of the ship, its sights, will only be a distraction. Now in your mind, reach out. Listen for my breathing. Do not focus on the sound, but the life behind it. Imagine its energy, its texture, in tandem with the breathing, and then in your mind, step back from the image and see what remains. There. It is not as difficult as I thought. You learn quickly.
You have gained bonus Force points and foresight. This allows you to perceive the alignment of others and see through some obstacles to the threats beyond.
It will take effort to maintain such sight, but you now have that power. And with it, you can use it to see life around you in a different way, as I used to see it.
Thank you, Visas.
Ah, you are here. You felt it, did you not?
Yes, it was a sound, like a heart, yet like a voice.
The time to hide your presence is coming to a close, and you will need to increase your training. You are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. But only you must know the path you will take. I cannot choose it for you. Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the weapon masters. Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi watchman in the time of Ulic Qel-Droma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries, and to teach others the ways of the Force, as I have, the way of the Jedi Masters.
Training and learning the ways of the Force as the Jedi Master.
It is not some great test you require to be what you strive to be. It is only your decision to find that path that matters. From here on, you guide your destiny. But in order to take the next steps, you must face your past and put it to rest.
You have become a prestige class and taken your first steps to learning the higher mysteries of the Force.
Well, here we are. The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nar Shaddaa, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot.
How hard would it be to find a Jedi here?
It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa. Finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in. Or find you once you arrive.
You sound like you've been here before.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice.
Alright. Let's just get going.
I plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's going to find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While she walks upon the smuggler's moon, she is not to be harmed. Observe her, track her, but do not eclipse her movements, or I shall eclipse yours. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Tawachosimu poendo rakawa ichirendu momopa ramakawana abawasi. Yukroren wan mapusiti nolara.
Honto no saka, jita bedwana maticha, kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupanaret atamakcha.
Taranamo sibu indasorans, crema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu ingosoracha. Bomababe wanto susintu mukarata. Tu esfectonatada be mabarchokto. Torenibu inturata sisi meborokra.
Request. If KoTOR's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimurota kamsa javaskobo sabjo rigiso karuenokso mochito sasa grindeyo kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupanaret atamakcha. Tahupo boteño go yucho picha, taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lalashishi, jubadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Doveri nincha, yonona shitasa chuch. Doveri nincha, yonona shitasa chuch. Goli rosodish, rantakras mobas.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours.
Alright, so are we going to be okay on this landing pad?
Sure. Most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think.
Uh-huh. Well, is this the refugee sector?
Yeah, in all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad.
Right, okay, let's move.
All right, then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. Whatever we do, I say we get the Hawk's ID signature changed while we're here. Might keep us from being a target when we enter a new system.
It is not your choice, Atten. It is hers. What is it you wish to do?
Well, I think Atten's onto something. Other than that, I want to find Seskai.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult. But this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're going to search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible.
Yeah. Alright, let's get going.
Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad!
So, isn't that what a landing pad is for?
No, really? Thanks for the insight. And here I was, thinking you were a smart human. I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it?
Listen, I can pay for the space and your time.
Yeah? Right now, all I'm hearing is talk. How much you offering?
I think 50 credits should be enough.
Done! Pleasure doing business with you. I got some visitors booked for your space, but I'm sure the two of you can work it out when they arrive.
Uh-huh. Actually, I think it's time to take a break. So, we'll explore Nar Shaddaa next time. Yep. I'm excited to be checking out a new planet or moon. But until then, thanks for watching. Bye.